Hello, welcome to the TT Institute, and we're doing another new series of you. What are we doing?
42, that's it.
Yeah, you remembered. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, 42. First thoughts?
Well, it was good. I think I like the idea of, 42 minutes to live. They've only got that amount of time.
Yeah, it links to the title, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think it's a good episode for, Chris Chibnall, and now he's showrunner. I'm quite excited.
I don't know if it was his first episode that he wrote. I haven't really looked into it, but I mean, there's not many episodes that he wrote that are amazing, but I mean, this one's definitely a good one.
Yeah.
I think it's a highlight in series 3 of the new series. I really like it. It's a good one for Martha, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time I actually started liking Martha a bit.
Yeah, I know, because she saves the Doctor, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he became like a parasite, a
Yeah.
sun parasite, which is great. But I mean, yeah, it was good.
Let's try an interesting monster, I
Yeah.
do like. In a lot of shows, I do like sort of the parasite kind of thing.
Yeah, because
they've taken over someone's body.
It's always the case. Like sometimes the creepier villains are the ones that you don't really see.
Yeah.
You just see what they do. In a way, I think that's really how, because you leave it to the imagination of the viewers, and that's really how it gets its creepy vibe, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. So what have you got for the side cast? What do you think of them?
I sort of, I can't remember his name. The guy that
The guy with
kissed
Martha?
Yeah, guy with Martha.
I've forgotten his name as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry. But yeah,
I liked him. It's sort of, a
yeah.
nice sort of
I mean, I'm
friendly
surprised.
face.
I'm surprised
rather
when
than-
when they were in the capsule, they didn't.
Yeah.
Do no.
You
Keep
meant-
it PG. Keep it PG. But
You mentioned this.
yeah,
but-
I know. When we were watching it, I'm surprised. A guy and a girl in the same room, about to die. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't happen. But Doctor Who's a PG show, so I guess that's why. But all the same, I mean, if it wasn't, then you'd
Yeah,
obviously. You'd obviously see the Doctor when he sees Martha float away. He's like, "Fuck!"
I thought you said keep this PG.
Yeah, I know.
Just-
I know. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's be serious now. Okay.
Right.
So, what do you think of the captain, Kath?
Yeah, Kath. Well, she's. I mean, every captain is. She's more about her crew rather than anything else. She
Yeah.
doesn't really care, and what she did was, quite.
Yeah.
Quite dishonest.
Yeah. I mean, there are always layers to these more important characters and stories, and I mean, her having basically the monster was her husband.
Yeah.
So that really does create a lot of tension amongst the group.
I mean, to the parasite, she's the monster, really. Didn't she kill? Or wait, what was the?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, because it was her, because she's the one who led the Force, and she decided to extract energy from the sun or
Yeah,
something,
so-
and so obviously the sun is fighting back. I guess that's the
Yeah,
only way to
so
explain.
just-
It's an interesting concept though, because it hasn't really been explored too much, especially since the sun fighting back is a really ridiculous
Yeah.
concept. But honestly, you wouldn't really you don't really think of it like that.
Yeah.
Unless you really wait, hold on. The sun hates people for extracting energy. This is really weird. But yeah. And going back to Kath, obviously it's the whole idea of humans finding alternate energy sources. And that's obviously going to be our downfall eventually,
Yeah.
which is great news.
Suddenly we're extracting energy from the sun. It starts
And
attacking
then
us.
the sun creates parasites that that kill everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Talking about Chris Chibnall, I've got here some of the stories that he wrote. He's wrote 42. This was the first Doctor Who story he wrote. Actually, no, he did write a bit of Torchwood. He wrote Day One, whereas that sexually active alien,
Yeah, that.
which we won't talk about. But yeah, he's written
Weird
he's
second
written
episode.
he's written quite a few. He's written Fragments and Exit Wounds. Those are two brilliant ones. The ones where they see the past of Torchwood's crew.
Oh.
Yeah, how they became Torchwood. Anyway, this is Torchwood. We'll talk about Chris Chibnall here. So yeah, he also wrote Hungry Earth and Cold Blood, the Silurian two-parter with Matt Smith.
Okay.
He wrote Pond Life, which is this little prequel series that goes on that nobody's watched because nobody cares about prequels. And then he also wrote Dinosaurs in the Spaceship, which was fun, but it wasn't. It shouldn't be taken seriously. And then Power of Three, which isn't too bad. And then he wrote the prequel PS, which is the one with Brian Williams and him finding out about Amy and Rory being gone. But yeah, Chris Chibnall hasn't really done too much in the way of Doctor Who. I mean, he hasn't really touched Doctor Who since Series 7 with Power of Three. And it's surprising that he suddenly comes back to be showrunner after all this, after 4 years. But, you know, I've got faith. I mean he co-wrote Torchwood for a little while, so maybe he might bring back Torchwood.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so as well. But yeah, right. So this episode, we really did get sidetracked there.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the monster like not being too alien looking.
Yeah.
Like it's just looking like us, just with visors over their heads.
Yeah.
Burn with me.
Not
That's
like,
cool.
you know, scars over their
Yeah,
face.
no,
you know,
it's not
just
like it's
you know,
just
the helmet is right.
It's just someone with a mask.
Yeah.
And it's just simple, but maybe effective because it's just like you don't know like who's evil, who's the sun god parasite thing, or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. The monster design is good, but it's simple, which I think works. Like I said, it links back to the imagination of what the parasite actually is, you know, which is good. What do you think? Blah, that was a tongue. Wow, what happened to my words just there? What do you think of Martha in this episode?
Well, it's nice that she finally does something on her own instead of just like let the doctor do the work.
Yeah,
you know,
she's
just sit on sidelines.
Yeah, stands behind him and just watches him just zap Daleks with a screwdriver.
She volunteers, you know, to go do that big questionnaire
Yeah,
thing.
which ends up in the questionnaire between Elvis and the Beatles.
Yeah.
Which is fun, and then we get the lovely
And every time I watch-
conversation between Martha and her so amazing mother.
Like, out of all the mothers of Doctor Who, she is my favourite.
She is like so fun to watch on screen, and she's like not irritating at all. She is just like, sure, Martha, I'll help you not die. Like, oh, she's like the best.
I mean, just why is she just like that? Why like?
It's the most annoying character.
I mean, I suppose like sort of, you know, the new Prime Minister is now saying, yeah, the Doctor's a bad person. We need to help you because
yeah, because that goes on in the background, doesn't it, with the whole Vote Saxon thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, the whole story arc thing going on in the older series does work a lot better than the bloody hybrid. Hybrid ladder. No, it's so bad. And I love the fact that Missy kept showing up in Series 9, which led to nothing. But yeah. Anyway, right, so the Vote Saxon thing works very well in this episode.
Yeah.
It just didn't really... It left a lot open for the future, because it really is only halfway through Series 3, so they didn't really want to know too much of what's going on, but they wanted us to realise that, wait, this whole Mr. Saxon... this is something important for the show. Like, we don't know what yet.
Yeah, I just like the little mentions here and there. Like, oh, Howard Saxon saved the day, and it's like no one really notices it at first.
No, exactly.
When you go back and watch it, of course, you always notice.
Yeah, exactly. But on original transmission, we're all just like, oh wait, that's actually something important. Like, and then suddenly we realise, oh, the Master's Harold Saxon. That's surprising, but and at the end, doesn't it turn out that they're like Saxon's agents are around what's her face, Martha's mum's house, and they're like listening in on their conversation because she tells them about the Doctor, and, which makes me love her character all the more.
Sort of, like, track her down, like see where she is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good.
No way they would be able to track that.
No, because they're in outer space,
like
dummies.
in the far future.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah. I mean, so going back to the episode, I like the fact that I mean, this happens a lot in Doctor Who episodes, but I think it's done very well in this one. The fact that, like, one by one, the crew are getting killed off. I mean, even though you don't get much character development with them, they're just kind of there fixing the ship, and then they get vaporized by...
sort of start liking the nurse a bit. You know, I do like a... Yeah.
Oh, the first one that died, the first red shirt,
You know, but the rest were a bit like, we didn't really get to know them that well.
Yeah.
Sort of knew that.
There was that one short-headed girl who was really whingy and like, oh, Captain tells me to fetch tools and kill me now, and then suddenly the monster shows up and kills her.
Yeah.
She wished something that she didn't know what she was asking for. Yeah, we didn't really hear much from her. The nurse, like you said, didn't really hear much from her either. She just kind of asked the doctor a couple questions in the first 5 minutes.
She sort of knew, like, oh, I'm thinking already ahead of you, and then they're like, no, we're going to have to kill her off.
Yeah, it's like, no, she's smarter than the doctor, right, go, kill her, quick, kill her. Yeah. Anyone who's smarter than the doctor just kills them.
Yeah.
Just automatically, they can't live. Forgotten the other guy's name, but he gets turned into a parasite host, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's like the chief engineer.
Yeah, he is. And then suddenly he has that code battle with him and that other bloke who's in that capsule.
That was the most intense battle I've ever seen.
I love the fact that the monster just presses the button. He's so calm. He's like, beep, 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 beep. And then meanwhile, the guy's like, quickly, I need to back into it. And he's just like, so worried. He's like, ah! Yeah. The guy's just like, oh, whatever.
Don't worry, I've got him. Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, he punched the controls. Suddenly, suddenly the monster punched the controls. And then suddenly that worked. Why didn't he do that in the first place? Whatever, monsters are stupid. Sun parasites are stupid, don't worry about it. But yeah, what do you think was the case of Corwin? Do you think he recognised her in that one scene? You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
He recognised it. I think the parasite recognised who was doing it.
Yeah, that's right. Because he said, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, what are you talking about? And yeah. Like, what have you done? No. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I like the idea that maybe there's something in them that is still human. I mean, which kind of makes it a bit more creepy that they're still conscious of what's going on, but they have no control. They have no control. For some reason, I think that's more creepy. The fact that the parasite's been taken over their body and they have to watch as they kill all of their friends and family.
Yeah.
That's something a bit more creepier about that. Yeah. So, are we missing any other characters? I don't know. Oh, yeah, there was that one guy that followed Kath around everywhere. Yeah. That just started to talk to her about morals and everything.
He did kill one of them.
Yeah, so he had some use.
Yeah.
He killed off Corwin, which is good. Saved Kath. What did Kath do in the episode apart from talk?
She killed the other one.
Yeah, apart from that then.
Well, she was the bad guy.
Really? Yeah. Oh, you wanted the parasites to win.
Well, I wanted Parasite to kill everyone but Martha and the Doctor and the other guy that was with Martha. They can all live.
Yeah, as long as they
and the nurse lady.
Yeah.
Too late.
But the nurse lady was too smart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, no. She's too smart.
Yeah, automatic. Yeah, kill her off. Right. Yeah. But yeah. Wait. So the way that they were defeated was cooling them down, which actually really makes sense, which is very uncommon in Doctor Who episodes. It's just like
really cold,
Yeah, like freezing,
like at minus 230.
Because their temperature was over 100 degrees, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that does make sense, cooling them down to an extremely cold.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, which is good. Because that doesn't happen that often.
The cold can kill like any species, really.
Exactly. But I mean, cooling down a super really, really like hot alien. I said that. No.
Doctor and the super hot alien.
That's the new title. Doctor Who and the super hot alien. No. Yeah, but it makes sense though the way that they defeated them. Yeah. And I like the fact that automatically, as soon as the Doctor and Martha get off the TARDIS, that they can't leave. Like automatically, they're stuck in. They're stuck deep in this now with all these other side cast. Like there's no get out of jail free cards.
The writers have to do that all the time.
Yeah, they do.
They could, like, the Doctor can just like, all right, everyone hop in my TARDIS.
I know, and some writers seem to forget that, and like the Doctor decides to show up and nearly dies, even though the TARDIS is like 10 feet away half the time. But and I like the fact that it's good they have to do that because otherwise it defeats all of the logic of the danger
That's
of
sort
the
of
episode.
why Oxygen was good, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't get to the TARDIS to, you know, just save everybody.
No, because that would have made the story a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But they couldn't. And that's what's good about this one. Yeah. I guess. Let's think. So the whole thing about the engine getting wrecked. Yeah. That was Corwin, right?
Yeah.
Because
he got infected and then he went crazy.
You see, there's my thought about that is that when they get possessed by the parasite, like how they keep some of their characteristics, like how some of their skills, you know, because when he was the parasite, he was able to dismantle the engine so precisely and so efficiently. Makes me think that maybe they are conscious inside and they just can't control their body because the parasite is in them, obviously. Honestly, I really like that idea. I really do, and that really does. That does support my theory, and I really like that. What else can we think of? I like the fact that like Kath is like any normal human being and doesn't really want to give up hope on her husband. That's good.
Yeah. And also like you know, she's sort of already like ready to like receive the information that you know, her husband's gone.
Yeah.
She's like, Doctor, tell me the truth, and you know.
Yeah, she doesn't want false hope.
Yeah.
Which is good. A strong female
evil lead.
Because she's the villain. Yeah. No, but yeah, it's an all right episode, to be honest. It's not too bad. I think that pretty much wraps it up. What do you rate out of 10?
I'd say at 7. Like
okay.
Maybe 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going 6. I think it's a good one, honestly. Maybe actually I might go 7 then. I didn't mind it at all. Looking at this episode, I do have faith in Chris Chibnall as the new showrunner. Yeah, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this review. Yeah. Goodbye.
Also, leave in the comments if you think they're space pirates.
Oh, for God's sake.
They're space pirates.
They're not space pirates, okay?
I think they're space pirates.
Well, that's you.
Well, I'm the best, so...
Oh, dear. So there was the review of 42. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.
Bye.